I hate to lose more than I like to win. I'm the most competitive guy you'll ever meet. I mean, literally, and that's a fact. In the golf tournament, I just got back from Michigan, 24 guys, including my dad and 2 of my cousins and my brother-in-law, and undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Our volleyball tournament, and we go on this thing called the Pinnacle Trip with our guys. We bring about 100 people out there, undefeated in the volleyball tournament. We bet 10 grand. As my dad taught me, you don't get a participation trophy. I'm not going to say good if you got in second place. He wasn't like I get a spanking if I lost, but my dad used to beat me in billiards with one hand till the day he showed up and I smoked him.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "What in the hell?" And I go, "I've been practicing." So he taught me, like, look, I was a wrestler and I just hate losing. There's no, like, if I played Candyland with my niece and nephews when they were young, I'd whoop their butts. And they go, "Why are you playing so hard?" And I'm like, "Because you're going to appreciate when you beat me. And you're going to know you beat me and I was trying my best." And that's when you walk into this business, you smell the competitiveness. But I explain to people, just because they win doesn't mean you lose. Elevate's about everybody gets to win in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Because he made a lot of money doesn't mean you don't get to make money.
So it's not a zero-sum game.
It's not a zero-sum game. And that's what's important is competitiveness is a good thing, but it could go too far. And it could mean I'm in a world of my own and I'm not going to share. Competition's a good thing, but you got to ask for help and you got to teach the other people how to win.
You give up your secrets. Like you sit on this podcast you're doing, which is called
The Home Service Expert.
Right. And so Tommy brings other people onto the podcast who are growing a business, attempting to follow in your footsteps, a lot of skilled tradespeople who are just kind of out there without a net, and some who have had great success, others who have brought in private equity. It runs the whole gamut. There's this concern that you're going to give away the secrets, right? You're going to spill the secret sauce. And it's not going to be taken from you. It's not, I mean, it might be, but like you say, I can teach you how to get a six-pack. It's not a secret.
No, it's not that. It's easier in the United States to become a millionaire than to have a six-pack. There's a guy named Ron Smith. He wrote a book called HVAC Spells Wealth. Started out in the 60s. He passed away. I was fortunate enough to get him on my podcast. And he said, "You know what I do?" He goes, "I'd get together all the HVAC companies in Southern Florida, and they'd come to my shop. And I'd open up the doors, tell them exactly what I'm doing." And what manifested out of that was a best practices group that he was part of. And that's why HVAC learned it. HVAC was not the best industry. It's just they got together a lot earlier and started discussing how to help each other. And so what I learned was I'm just going to invite all the garage door companies in, and they call it Woodstock. I got a couple hundred garage door companies in a room, and it was like lights started turning on. When you watch these lights start turning on in these guys' faces and the smiles, and look, for me, it's legacy. Like, I want to see how far we could take this. I met Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know if you know who he is. And I said, "You know what my mom says to me a lot, Gary?" And he goes, "What's that, Tommy?" I said, "She asked me how much is enough." And he starts laughing. He goes, "But it gets easier and it gets more fun, and you want to see how far you could take it, right?" I go, "Yeah." I'm like, look, for me, the money's not been a thing for a long time. I don't need to be there. I don't have to go in. Like, I've got options. I could retire my family over and over again, and it's not about the money. My point is, we're doing something big. If you're part of this company, you're part of a movement. Like, we are doing cool stuff. And how many lives could we change? How many lives can we affect? It's something that's a passionate thing, but it's also fun to watch people bring a kid into this world or lose weight and start hitting the gym. Like, my whole office, I walked into my COO's office. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I took off my shirt. And he's like, "What are you doing?" I go, "What's your excuse?" And now he's ripped up. He's better. He's more in shape than I am.
See, you're in Arizona, right?
Yeah.
I don't think you can do that in California.
No.
mikeroweWORKS is celebrating its 17th birthday. Woohoo! Happy birthday to us. Helping us celebrate, good friends from all over the country are doing some nice things to help us replenish the coffers. Fundraisers like this one. Yep. That's the mikeroweWORKS logo, proudly yet tastefully emblazoned upon a t-shirt made entirely in these United States, courtesy of our friends over at American Giant. You should go get one. Got a couple different colors. All the sizes are currently available. That's going to change real quick. Look for it because 100% of the net proceeds come back to mikeroweWORKS. Why is that important? Well, I'll tell you why, because we just gave away $5,050,000 in work ethic scholarships. And we'd like to do it again next year, helping train the next generation of skilled workers. This is how we do it. One little fundraiser at a time, one t-shirt at a time. First come, first serve. The website is on the screen. Get them while they last, and then get out there. American Giant, American made, American Giant, American made. But it is connected, right? I mean, if you're competitive, if you're curious, you're going to be as competitive and curious about your physicality, your physical health, as you are your mental health, as you are your business acumen. If those qualities are genuinely embedded in you, they're going to manifest in every area, for better or worse. Has this personality of yours, this drive, has it impacted you negatively in any way?
Well, I've really learned to not be such a sore loser and realize it is a lesson learned. Yeah, there are some relationships that I think were toxic. I don't have a high tolerance for people that don't want to try. And so I just got to leave them alone. And my old COO used to say there are hikers and there are campers. We got to have both. And I'm like, I don't like campers. People that just stay still in life and they don't want more. And then I got to teach my entire staff. We teach people to be lions and ask for more and go forward in life and be bold. And they can't be lambs back to us. They're like, they just want more. They want to figure out how to move out of the truck. They want to figure out, they ask for raises. And I go, good. That's what we've asked them to do. I'm like, you can't teach them to go for no at everything they do in life and then to not do it to us. I've always invested into myself, and I think the people listening, if you get an opportunity, Michael Jordan had 3 coaches, and he had, Phil. Like, every single person that's listening, if you're not investing into yourself, you're losing. I work with Dan Martell. He's excellent. He got me to look through things through a different lens of buying back your time because there's 168 hours in a week.
Right.
You spend 50 working, 50 sleeping. Maybe you spend 10 working out if you're in great shape. You still got 60 hours left. Like, you could watch your favorite Netflix show, spend time with your wife, going on dates, take time with your kids, and still have plenty of time left. That's another thing that he taught me is own your calendar. Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, all these people, you know what the equalizer is?
Time.
We've got the same amount of time. So you might say, man, they keep getting lucky. They got this. No, the one thing they can't, they'd give it all back to take back 40 years. So I love the fact I feel old sometimes. I feel young sometimes. I'm 42, but I feel like I'm just getting started. Like, tomorrow's going to be a great day.
You're walking around with a notebook. Is that thing always with you?
I always have notes, yeah.
Actually, like, I thought you were making notes about stuff you wanted to talk about, but you actually wrote down stuff that I just said.
Yeah, avoid. I always take a lot of notes, and that's one of the things, if anybody's out there, that if you want to impress people, number one, I can't remember everything. Number two is take notes. Take notes, especially if you're on grandpa or your elder or somebody that's been where you want to go, is write things down. When I brought this in front of Al Levy in 2017, he goes, Tommy, I've sat down with 50 people your age. Not one of them brought a notebook and took any notes. Not one of them.
Well, since you invoked mothers, you know what my mom did for the last 2 years of her dad's life? She walked across the lawn and sat next to him. He was blind by then. He was 90 years old. And just asked him questions and wrote down all the answers on a legal pad. My mom writes every day. And I watched her doing that, and just thought, I'm not sure I understand what's happening, but you're so right. Getting my pop to talk about his youth and then writing it down in front of him. He couldn't see her doing it, but he knew what she was doing. It's a supreme and sublime compliment to be that interested. And that's why taking notes is interesting.
Yeah,
it's a hallmark
true.
Of curiosity. Now what are you writing? What do you write?
Well, I like what you said, be interested. And when you're interested, you take notes.
Well, the most interesting people are always interested.
Yeah.
You can jot that down too if you want. That's a free one.
The most interesting people are the most interested. As genuinely being interested, I tell the folks I work with, I say, if you don't really are interested, like if someone's got a Harley and you hate motorcycles, don't talk about Harleys. But if you love Harleys
Right.
and you've been to Sturgis,
Right.
ask them questions about it.
Yeah.
And you watch people light up.
Sure.
I say this, my number one rule is knock the door, don't ring the doorbell. Strangers ring the doorbell. And when the dog comes, the dog is like their sixth sense that's going to know. So you got to play with the dog. If they got a cat, you're allowed to run.
Whatever you're doing, man, you are on some kind of ride, and you must be this tall to get on it, and you are. So congrats.
Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
If you like what you heard,
And even if you don't,
won't you please,
pretty please,
subscribe?
Well, I hate to beg and I hate to plead, but please, pretty freaking please, please.